Thanks to Phil and the organisers for inviting us to speak at the Noosa 2020 Exploration Conference. It's great to be here, at least virtually. Today we're talking about big targets in big country, namely our Alaskan gold project and our copper project in the Northern Territory of Australia. I'm Duncan Chessel, the Managing Director of Resolution Minerals, ASX stock code RML. A bit of a quick corporate snapshot. The main takeaways from this is $12 million market cap with $4.6 million and reported our last quarterly. Taking us a long way away from Noosa, this photograph here of where we're currently operating, drilling in Alaska, and it's minus 30 degrees out there at the moment. We're on hole number 8 on the West Pogo block, specifically on the Aurora prospect. Very exciting times for us. We feel like we're right on the verge of making a breakthrough discovery. A lot of hard work has gone into getting us to this place. You can see the tracks that we've built and constructed this year to get ourselves so that we can drill all year round on this prospect. That's taken a bit of effort. We've done geophysics over this area here. Lots of drilling. By the end of this year, we'll have done over 5,000 meters of diamond drilling up and down along this boundary with the Pogo gold mine. It's owned by Northern Star, obviously one of the world's largest gold producers once they complete that merger with Saracen. The other little thing right in the middle there is that little glow of light, another drill rig just across the hill from us on the Goodpaster prospect. There are 3 Northern Star drilling rigs undergoing a $21 million resource drill out on the Goodpaster prospect. Pogo gold mine in the background there, that's obviously the type of style of mineralisation we're targeting, high grade mineralisation. The Pogo gold mine, the first 4 million ounces were produced at 13.6 grams per tonne at 300,000 ounces per year. So it's a world-class high-grade operating gold mine, and we are right on the doorstep of that. And that's really what took us to Alaska in the first place. And just great that our team is actually out there. They're able to execute in these pretty tough conditions. A bit of a cold snap at the moment, obviously. And we've got a couple of shots on goal following up of our last hole where we hit a 7-meter thick Pogo style quartz vein, which we interpret to be exactly like what is the gold bearing quartz vein on the Pogo gold mine itself. So really exciting times for us as a company, and really watch this space. Taking a step back, where is this area in Alaska? The Tintina Gold Province, to sort of set the scene, is an area of Alaska that hosts over 100 million ounces of gold. It stretches from the Yukon all the way across to the west to the Donlin Creek deposit, which is 39 million ounces of gold, and then back a little bit closer to home with where we are, out near Fairbanks, where there's the Livengood and Fort Knox deposits of 12 million, 11 million ounces. And Fort Knox has been one of the most profitable gold mines in Alaskan history, producing up to 400,000 ounces of gold at a time there. The Pogo gold mine, we actually completely surround that with 660 square kilometres of claims or tenements around the Northern Star's Pogo operating gold mine. We're drilling now on the Aurora prospect. As we saw in that photograph, we've got road access all year round to that. So we can push right through winter if we choose. We're sort of approaching the end of the first year earning on a 4-year $20 million earning, which allows us to earn 60% of the project with a conditional pathway to 80% of the project. And we have spent and met our first year earning requirement of $5 million US. Going in a little bit closer now, looking at the tenement map itself and the prospects. The main part of this, from sort of left of page to right of page, is the Pogo trend. This is where a lot of the really key prospects that we hold are. We've got the Aurora prospect just to the west or the left of the Pogo gold mine, and the Goodpaster prospect. You can see there's yellow outlines as the surface projection of those prospects and mines. And if you go to the right of page, you see the high-grade Pogo style targets out at boundary. And then we go off the blue area. Ours is the blue area of RML's claims. And we go to the right to the Tibbs project, a recent discovery success from Tectonic there of 9 meters at 6.7. So Then if you head to the south off the Pogo trend, you get down to the Brink project, which has got that sort of large, sort of Fort Knox style, 500 metres at a bit over 500 metres intersected there at 0.4 grams per tonne gold. Just massive potential of that project down there. Unfortunately, that's not ours. We have got something akin to that over to the left of page, the E1 prospect, which is, we see that as being very similar to the intrusion-hosted Fort Knox style. So a very interesting, highly prospective area of Alaska, and Northern Star, and we see this as becoming a gold camp scale, with the potential. That means the potential for multiple multi-million ounce deposits in this area. So really exciting place to be in. What is Pogo style? That's Pogo style. If you can see the bottom right hand side of the page here, you've got these yellow stacked sort of sheets. They are actually the quartz lodes which host the gold mineralization on the Pogo mine. You see the Noosa vein, East Deeps, etc. That's what Pogo is actually mining right now. And these things are 1 to 10 meters thick, with classic pathfinder elements got with the gold, the bismuth, arsenic, tellurium, and they're very high grade, and that's what we're targeting. We've actually intersected one of those, a 7 meter thick quartz vein with all the right pathfinder elements, and sulfides, the pyrrhotite, pyrite, and arsenopyrite. So we see all the same indications that are in the right system. Our particular interval we've hit hasn't been high grade, and typically 1 in 3 was only 1 in 3 was high grade from historic exploration. So we've got to now vector in on the high grade zones, but we are on the system now, and we're on the central zone of the Aurora prospect. How we got to this was, apart from drilling a series of other targets, using a lot of structural information, mapping, geochem, ZTEM, CSAMT, lots of different geophysics and geochemistry, surface geochem. We also used the ZTEM survey, and we flew that over the top of Northern Star's Goodpaster prospect, and we see a dead ringer look-alike geophysical signature to the Goodpaster prospect at the Aurora prospect, and that's helped us really get into that vectoring in on the high-grade zone there. Let's just have a very quick talk about Boundary prospect over to the east of Pogo, the yellow star there. That's again a Pogo style high grade gold target on the Boundary prospect. With our 2020 field program, we did some ZTEM again, using our knowledge from what we deployed on West Pogo, CSAMT surveys, and identified a number of other targets. And we conducted some surface geochem, rock chipping, and soils. We've got assays pending over that. So some really good drill targets there for next year. Very quickly, the other project that we hold, our second major project back in Australia, the Wollongong Copper Project, sits on this red line that you see snaking across the page, which is recently identified as being a base metal corridor for very high prospectivity by Geoscience Australia. Over 80% of the world's large or giant base metal, sedimentary hosted base metal targets lie on that line. We've got 4,000 square kilometres nearly underneath that, in the MacArthur Basin, 100% owned. So really interesting area. So the investment highlights for RML is that we are a exploration company focusing on gold and copper on projects of significant scale potential in 2 top-tier mining jurisdictions. Our flagship project we're currently drilling on next to the Pogo gold mine, and we feel like we're on the verge of a major breakthrough there. Watch this space. A strong pipeline of prospects there for next year. We've done a significant investment in the first year of our earning there. Track construction, 5,000 metre diamond drilling, acquisition of geophysics, to really springboard ourselves for a really strong 2021 program with well-defined drill targets. And of course, the second major project is the copper potential Wollongong project, which has got drill-ready IP targets on a large-scale sedimentary hosted mineralisation system there. So RML is active now, potentially on the verge of a major breakthrough, and well set for success in 2021. Thank you very much for having me.